Resiliency hubs are a big part of the recovery effort on Maui, but they also rely on other organizations when it comes to getting people essential supplies and food.
Yeah, and our Casey Lunn is live in Kahului featuring one group that's making sure displaced Lahaina residents have fresh, healthy options. Good morning, Casey.
Yeah. Hey, good morning, guys. A really cool story to tell you about here. The story of Local Harvest is actually founded in 2011 to create a food source for the people of Hawaii. And they've done a lot of great work. But of course, now they're doing some amazing work to help the people of Lahaina, displaced residents. And I want to introduce you to one of the founders, Steve Phillips. You and your wife founded this organization. And we're here in your warehouse. It's quiet now, but in a minute, your volunteers, your employees are going to be here organizing produce. Tell us a little bit about what you folks do and how you're helping displaced residents in Lahaina.
Yeah, well, the purpose of our company is to increase the local food supply because we're the most remote landmass on the planet, and if there's not enough food to go around, we may be the last to get it.
Yeah.
So we only have about 15% of our food supply that's grown here in Hawaii. So for the last 12 years, we've been working with farmers and our customers like restaurants and stores, farmers markets, to build a demand and build a supply. It has to go together.
And so later today, again, you'll have folks organizing and sorting this. It's going to go out to the people that need it. You're also working with a group called Hungry Heroes, correct? Tell me a little bit about what they do and how you support them as well.
Yeah. Okay, well, we started working with them back when they were doing like 12 meals a day for the homeless. And my wife and I were also doing like 24 meals a day that we would supply to people homeless in Hawaii or in Lahaina. And now they just have been growing step by step, and they were supplying about 400 meals a day to the homeless. And when this came up, they expanded. They worked with different restaurants to make meals, and they're probably doing like 5,000 meals a day now.
That is amazing. So I want to shine a spotlight on groups like that and groups like yours that are doing a lot of great work. I also want to just quickly, before we go, say that you're also personally, a mission of yours is try to help bring tiny homes for the people of Lahaina as well, right?
Yes, absolutely. Because we're moving into the midterm of this relief effort where the people aren't going to have shelter in hotels because they're going to be opening up again. So what we need is a midterm solution for 2 or 3 years until the homes are rebuilt in Lahaina. So we have a project to try to get 2,500 tiny homes in the west side. We've got land set aside for that, and we've got a company that can provide those homes. Basically, we just need the funds now to do it.
So I'm going to get folks, we'll get it up on the website in just a moment. I'm getting you Steve's contact information if you'd like to help out with any of those efforts. Steve tells me, though, as far as food goes, he'd rather have people donate to the Maui Strong Hawaii Community Foundation that we have on our website. So if you'd like to help out, that's the best way to do it. We're going to be here, though, guys, in just a little bit. The crew will be here sorting some of this produce, getting it out, so we'll show you that. Again, great work. Love featuring folks that are stepping up to help in this really, really tough time.
Yes.
We'll send things back over to Oahu for now.
Great option. All right. Thanks, Casey.
Our Casey Lunn is live in Kahului featuring one group that's making sure residents have fresh, healthy options. Right, Casey?
Yeah, this is a great story, guys. Local Harvest, we're here in Kahului, is founded by Steve Phillips and his wife back in 2011. They founded this company to create a food source for the people of Hawaii, and also in doing that support local farms, especially here on Maui. I want to talk, though, to Cameron Lysing because there's work happening behind us. They're getting ready to distribute out some produce. They really have ramped up their operations to help and support the Lahaina relief effort. And Cameron, tell me a little bit about kind of your guys' day-to-day and how that's been changed now that you're kind of jumping into action to help out with the folks out there that have really gone through so much.
Right, we're doing all we can to maintain the volume that the farms have grown out for the west side supply and demand. So we're working with a couple different nonprofit organizations and local communities and hubs to supplement and get as much local produce out there to people versus meals or just produce boxes alike. So we've got a big shout out and thanks to Common Ground Collective Collective, Hungry Homeless Heroes, Hu'umamoa Farms, and World Central Kitchen is some of the organizations we've been working with.
I want to make sure we mentioned World Central Kitchen, all the great work they do, and we thank you for helping out them. I also want to give a shout out. You just got a delivery. You just got a delivery from Okoa Farms up in Kula. Tell me a little bit about. I wanted to ask you, and this is kind of maybe a curveball for you, but with the drop in tourism here, are you seeing some extra produce coming in and being able to go to the local people that need it?
Yeah, so there is quite a bit of extra volume that we're still getting propped up and help from these organizations to send out to meal prep kitchens, and then making produce boxes for direct families and people that want to stop by and get produce to cook at home and feel some normalcy.
And I wanted to talk about Hungry Heroes. I think we have some video of their organization, and Steve, your boss, the founder, was telling me, I think they started out humble beginnings, making like 12 meals a day for folks, and then pre-Lahaina they were doing around a few hundred, and now it's in the thousands, right? They do some amazing work.
Correct. Yeah, big shout out to them and all their hard work and all the volunteers that work along with them, and all the volunteers and community on Maui. It's just been it's been incredible to see everybody stepping up in a big way and putting efforts and resources where it's needed most.
That's awesome. Cameron Lising with us. We're going to talk also here coming up with Steve Phillips again, the gentleman that founded Local Harvest with his wife. He's beyond doing this, trying to get involved with the effort to provide tiny homes for people in Lahaina. That's a big effort that a lot of folks are trying to help with. But if you'd like to get in touch with Local Harvest, we have their website, Steve's contact information at our website, hawaiinewsnow.com. Just look for that As Seen on Sunrise tab. Although I will say Steve has asked that if you want to donate, he'd rather have folks donate to that Maui Strong Fund through the Hawaii Community Foundation. And of course, we have that up on our website. We've told the story of the community standing up for itself, filling the gaps where government can't. Guys, it's reminiscent of 2018 when we were over there during the eruption and saw those community hubs in action. People saying, this is what we need. This is what we need to do to get it to the people that need it. Amazing stuff. And we're going to tell their story still throughout the coming weeks. Guys.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Casey.
All right, so getting essential supplies and food to fire-affected families is taking a wide community effort to address this part.
Yeah, organization-supported resiliency hubs are being leaned on to help meet the needs of those who have lost everything. And our Casey Lunn is live in Kahului to highlight one of these groups. Hey, Casey.
Yeah, Local Harvest, guys, a company that actually started back in 2011 to be a food source for Maui, and in doing that support local farmers as well, has stepped up. They've been helping out, feeding those folks that have been displaced. And I want to talk right away to Cameron Lising. He's the distribution manager. We've been here as you've been getting some shipments in from different farms. Tell us a little bit about what you guys have and what's going to eventually go out to the people.
So we've got a variety of things. We've got green beans here, we've got tomatoes, we've got kabocha squash, we've got broccoli, lettuces, cabbages, as much as produce we can get from all the local farms is going to go out to the west side to feed people.
That's awesome. And shout out to Okoa Farms. They were just here. I said I'd mention them. They dropped something off, and they're helping out with this too. I want to talk to your boss, Steve Phillips, who started Local Harvest back in 2011. You also work with World Central Kitchen and other local groups as well, correct?
Yes, that's correct. And World Central Kitchen has been a great support for us because they pay for everything that they get from us to prepare the meals, and they arrange to get produce boxes that they can give out fresh produce to people. And they set up with us at our farmers market where we give out free produce.
Yeah, that's cool, and I know that's got to feel good. We have some images of that, you folks doing that. You're also working, you're personally on a side project kind of working to bring tiny homes to the west side as well, right?
Yeah, that's correct. We're moving into the midterm of this relief effort where people are not going to have hotel rooms to stay in anymore, which was the original plan. So we need something for a couple of years at least that they can live. And the tiny home seems to be the best idea because it's quick. We can get them in here fast, and we just need funding right now. We have the land to put them on, and electric and water and everything.
If you'd like to get in touch with Steve, by the way, we have his contact information at hawaiinewsnow.com. Before we go, Steve, you wanted to share something kind of beautiful and important with the folks, the meaning of Lahaina, right?
Yeah. Lahaina. Laha is prophecy. Aina is the land. So this is the land of prophecy. And I think there is some prophecy behind this. In the words of Bob Marley, says, we have to fulfill the book. the book of prophecy. And I think something beautiful is going to come from this in the end. Right now it's very tragic what's happened, but who knows, why this happened and what's going to happen next.
Very good. Steve Phillips, thanks for what you're doing. Again, if you'd like to get in touch, Steve tells me they don't necessarily need donations here at Local Harvest, but if you'd like to donate, you can go to the Maui Strong Fund. Of course, we have that through the Hawaii Community Foundation on our website, kind of the main organization that's taking in a lot of those funds and getting it out to the community. Guys, great work they're doing here. We'll tell you a little bit more coming up at 8 o'clock. We'll send things back over to you on Oahu.
All right, thanks, Casey. Casey Lund has spent the last 2 weeks on Maui, and he reports on the grassroots efforts to help fire-impacted families.
In the last few weeks, we've told the story of those community hubs, but again, there's a lot of organizations that are also working to get people what they need in different ways. And one of them, Local Harvest here in Kahului, is getting fresh, healthy food, produce to the people of Lahaina. Of course, they started this organization back in 2011 to really create a food source here on Maui, and also in doing that, support local farms. But they've really ramped up, and they're doing something pretty special to help the people that have been displaced in Lahaina. I want to introduce Cameron Lysing. He's with us. He's a distribution manager, and then we've got Steve Phillips. I'm going to speak with you in just a moment. The founder, he founded this with his wife. But Cameron, I just want to talk a little bit about the day-to-day. You guys are up already, getting stuff ready to go out. Tell me a little bit about your operations and how they've kind of adapted to the crisis.
Right, so we've lost a lot of the sales and the volume, obviously, in the west side for local produce and demand, but we've pivoted and shifted towards working with nonprofit organizations to getting food to where they're making meals and they're using local produce for people. And we've also been building boxes, like produce boxes, with all the local produce, and getting those out there to people that have lost places and lost homes and whatnot.
So often in crises like this, they're of course it's very thoughtful, but a lot of the times the hot meals are maybe not the most nutritious. What does it mean to be able to give people something that is grown here on Maui and is good and healthy for them?
It means a lot for people. So we've been setting up like a farmer's market style distribution where it's all donation based. We're just giving away as much local produce as we possibly can, and it definitely changes the vibe for people when they can see they can pick out their favorite foods and fruits and vegetables and make their own home cooked meal just the way they like it. It means a lot to them.
I see the smile on your face. I'm sure it means a lot to you guys, so I'm grateful for the work you're doing. I want to talk to your boss, Steve Phillips, who founded this again back in 2011. Steve, one of the organizations you're proud to work with, World Centric Kitchen, of course, but also some local groups as well. Tell me about Hungry Heroes Hawaii.
Yeah, that's an amazing organization that totally comes from the heart. And for a long time, they wouldn't take any donations. They just would take help from people and donations of produce, but not money. But now they have a GoFundMe to raise as much money as they can to keep buying produce from companies like us and local farms so that we can support our agricultural community. And then that food gets turned into meals, probably up to 4,000 to 5,000 meals a day.
That's amazing. And you said they started real humble beginnings, just 12 meals a day and then really ramping up. I want to ask you really quickly before we send things back over to Oahu, you're also, this is kind of a passion of yours, really wanting to help with the effort to bring those tiny homes out to the west side, right?
Yeah, we're moving into the midterm of this relief effort, and hotels have been putting people up for, a month or two. But then where are they going to go? We don't want them to have to leave the island. So we're trying to get about 2,500 tiny homes set up. And we have the land set aside for that on the west side, which is also going to have electricity and water. But it's a matter of raising the funds right now. We're looking at maybe $100 million. And I know that is possible. People open up their hearts and say, hey, what if it happened to me? What if I lost my home, I lost everything? Then we all have to contribute to that.
Very good. And if you'd like to get in touch with Steve, we have his information, his email address for the website for Local Harvest at ours at hawaiinewsnow.com. He says as far as donations here for produce and things like that, he'd rather people donate to the Maui Strong Fund for the Hawaii Community Foundation. Again, we have all that information at our website. Reporting in Kahului, I'm Casey Lund. For now, we'll send things back to you.